2025 Artfight. We're starting late because I had orientation, but that's okay. You could sit back and watch me draw some people and it'll be fun. Let's go look for our first person to attack. Oh wait, she's kind of cute. Let's see. Oh, she has like little freckles. Okay, yeah, I think this will be our first victim. Okay, you guys can't see the beginning phase of the sketch, but I basically did 2 pass-bys. The first one looked like this, wasn't the greatest, so I redid it, and I like the second one better. Boom. Doesn't that look so much better? Yeah, we're going with this one. I'm gonna put the ref here just so I don't forget anything. For the coloring on this one, I'm actually going to be doing the grayscale technique where you just paint everything on one layer. You use no color, and then once you're done rendering everything, you add the color over it with an overlay layer. I've done this once before on this piece right here. It was fun. I definitely think it was easier to do all the grays and then figure out the colors afterwards, so yeah. Okay, now we're gonna clean up all the lines because they are very messy. I think it took like 2 hours, maybe 3 to complete this drawing, which is crazy, but we're gonna skip a lot of this and just go to the coloring, because then honestly, you'll just be here watching me like fix every little detail. So I was polishing it up to make sure it looked real nice, you know, the ruffles, the dress, the hair, the eyes, the lips, the cup. Everything was going great, it just took forever, which honestly that's what drawing's about, so I can't really complain. The coloring part is pretty easy. You just color pick from the reference and then use a overlay layer over it, which I've kind of talked about before, but it's pretty much like coloring in a coloring book. We're pretty much done. We just have to pick a pattern for the background. I didn't want to draw a scene because I'm lazy, but it's okay. The art's the important thing. And then just figuring out lighting and stuff, and then boom, it's done. Doesn't it look nice? I had so much fun drawing her. I love Artfight, honestly. It's such a great time. Okay, time to pick a new one. What the hell? There were a lot of cute ones to choose from, like this little puppet girl and this little dinosaur. Oh. Aww. Wait, he's cute. I'm gonna bookmark this one. I'll save it for later. Wait, I like this. They have some lore going on and stuff. I've been into like aliens and outer space recently, and I mean, this guy, he had like a whole lore thing going on. He made an entire ecosystem. It was pretty cool. I ended up reading a lot on it in his little bio, and then I went to go check out his characters and look at them. They were all pretty cool. Like this guy, look how cool he is. Eventually, I decided to choose this one because I don't know, it looked like a bird and it was cute. The description said that it would feed from rivers with its tentacle-like bill, and that it evolved from squids. I honestly haven't seen a profile like this where they had a whole world built. It was pretty cool. Onto the drawing. We just have to pick a canvas. I feel like the first sketch will always just look really bad and stiff. So we're getting that out of the way, and then we're gonna go to the actual sketch. Yeah, I don't know what I was going for here. I think I was just getting the vibe down. Now we're moving on to the real sketch. I don't know what that last one was. Let's add like it chasing a fish or something. It's gonna be facing this way. You get it, like you'll get it. I don't know how to draw water, so we're gonna try our best. I don't draw water a lot because it's really hard, at least in my opinion, so I try to steer clear of it, but that also means that I have like no experience. This fish looks stupid. It's okay, we'll fix him later. It's time to start smoothing this guy out. I'm not doing the grayscale method just because it's only 2 colors, so it should be easier to render. I don't know if these are eyes or nostrils. I'm just gonna make them nostrils. Yeah. It was really fun to render this one. I made it look furry, like I had fur, even though it kind of looked like a bird. But then again, it did say that it was like squid based, so I don't know if making it furry was a bad idea. I just kind of went with it. I don't know. I hate water. I don't know what I'm doing. I was trying to add ripples and stuff. Mind you, I was not looking at any references for this. I was purely going off whatever my brain was telling me to do. Like, look at this. Look what I'm doing right here. I don't know what you call this. I've seen it done on like a TikTok before, so I was just copying that and hoping it would look good. A lot of this is really boring and repetitive, so we're gonna move on to adding shrubs in the background. I wanted to give it an environment just to add like interest in the background. And I kept changing the lighting a lot, like you could see it here. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I was just trying to get it to look semi-good. There was so much tweaking involved in this process. My family did in fact call me to go get dinner, and I did in fact take like 20 minutes to go downstairs just because I wanted to finish this thing so badly. I felt like my eyes were fried at this point. I was staring at the screen in the dark and it was nighttime. I added the finishing touches finally, and then we are done. Look at it, isn't it cute? I'm happy with how it came out. I was staring at it for too long, so it did low-key not look good for a little bit there. But now I like it and it's okay, and so does the person. For the third character, I actually ended up finding this one. It's a possum and gator hybrid. Like, how cute is that? I've also been trying to find characters that haven't got an attack just to give them a little something, you know? You know how I said the first sketch is always gonna look bad? The first like 3 looked bad. I don't know what was happening, but like none of the poses looked right. Same with the facial expressions. I guess I was having an off day. I do know how to draw furries, and this was not coming out like it usually does. Don't worry though, I eventually get it to look good. In the meantime though, I was moving between this character and this other character I added with them. The one face planting back there is Judas. He's my character. I decided to draw them together because they're both hybrids of animals. Usually when I'm stuck in a rut with the characters, I move on to the background and add a little bit, which is what you just saw right now. And now we're moving back to the characters. Also, the possum girl, I kind of figured out what was bothering me. It was the hair, so they did go bald for a second there, but it's okay. Also, when I was looking back at the ref, it kind of looked like they didn't have hair on the top of their head, but spikes, so I kind of did like a in-between. Because the owner said we could put whatever we wanted on the shirt, I put a little Jaws logo. I started adding the trees in the background and finishing up the foreground. And then the final thing was just to add a little text box. I actually used a text box on 2 other Artfight attacks. I don't know, I think it helps tell the story better. And then the final one is done. Here's what everyone said about their drawings. Everyone was super sweet. If you are ever thinking about getting into Artfight, I definitely think you should give it a try. Anyways, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. Bye!